Hey everyone, how you doing? I'm Greg.
Hey Greg.
And there's Josh and Josh.
We have another Josh, or no, Darren.
His name isn't Josh.
I work with you.
Take two.
We have a guest, right? We have a guest.
Yes, we have a guest, Darren. Let's get to them in a. You're listening to Stuck in Beta. Yeah, you just ran over all my.
You looked at us like I want you to say something, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
Go ahead,
Sorry.
Greg.
Go, Greg. Sorry.
I think you're
I know, I'm
buzzing
crackly or
there.
something. You want to
Go ahead,
rerun
Greg.
the intro?
We want to read.
Just go.
Okay, we're going. So, welcome to Stuck in Beta. We're very professional here. And today we have Darren from, you run the Tanglefoot Brewfest in Festus, Missouri.
That's right.
That's coming up. What's
September 10th.
September 10th. So
That's a part of
The
what?
Twin City Days. Yeah.
So what year is this?
This will be the 4th year that we've done it.
And how many breweries do you have this year?
So far, we are at about 20 breweries actually going to be there, and then I'm getting some from the distributors, some of the local distributors.
So you have 20 real
it's
breweries.
20 real breweries that'll be there with their stuff.
And then
So,
a couple distributors like...
Yeah, Harold's, Bluff City, and Major Brands.
So last year, how many breweries did you have?
I had 12.
Only 12 breweries last
Yeah,
year.
12 represented there. The rest were all made up through our distributors. So it's really increased a lot this year.
Yeah, so that's almost double, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Awesome. So how far? Go ahead, Josh.
No, I was just saying I'm really looking forward to it this year. I hope the weather holds out. This is going to be the first year that my wife's able to go to it, so it's kind of a
Well, that makes up for Greg not going.
Yeah,
right?
Greg's
Yeah.
not able to go. So.
unfortunately, I'll be in Florida that
I
week,
guess that's
so
an excuse.
I can't go.
So, how far away? Like, are they major St. Louis breweries, or where
Yeah,
are they?
the
from?
majority of them are from the St. Louis area. I tried to concentrate as much as possible on getting the smaller breweries. So we have quite a few from Illinois, things like Stubborn German and Hopskeller, and we have one from DuQuoin, Illinois. St. Nicholas Brewing is going to be there. Big Muddy from Murfreesboro.
Now, Big Muddy was there last year, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
So, but quite a few that I've not had before this year.
That's good to hear. It's nice that you get the smaller ones that you don't. I mean, a lot of those that people don't get to go to. That's the fun of going to one of those brew fests, getting to try beers you don't get to try all the time.
Well, and I don't know that I've ever gone to Illinois for craft beer. We've gone to Down 44, obviously St. Louis, Four Hands and all those big guys in St. Louis. But I don't know. Have you ever been over to Illinois specifically for
I
craft
have
beer?
not. No.
Interesting. So is Illinois kind of is that a growing thing over there?
It's really blossomed. I mean, just counting them up, there's Old Bakery.
Now, Old Bakery is really good. That's
They
a
are
cool.
awesome.
That is a
Awesome.
really cool brewery.
Yeah, Stubborn German, Hopskeller, Peel, St. Nicholas, Big Muddy. Those are all from Illinois.
Cool.
What's the one in Breeze?
Excel.
Excel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've been in there. They've been there before, but I couldn't
Not
get
this
hold
year?
of them this year.
Okay.
So.
They have good soda too.
Well, yeah, Ski. It's been around
Ski's
forever.
awesome
Yeah.
soda. They have that at you didn't know anything, but at Sugar Fire they serve Ski soda.
So I'm just curious. Can you take us back to the beginning? Like, how did this get started? What did it take? Did it just was it something that happened quickly? Did it take a couple years to?
It took a few years. I'm originally from Murfreesboro, Illinois, and a friend of mine, he had organized a brew fest there called the Big Muddy Brew Fest, Big Muddy Monster Brew Fest, which has become quite large over there. And I wanted to do something for the park system here, do something to be involved in. So I joined Friends of the Festus Parks, who is the main sponsor of this, and they were looking for ways to raise some money, and I said, well, I know a guy who did this, and I think it would be worth doing here. And so we looked at the idea, and it took us about 2 years to really make the first one happen. And a lot of it was just kind of, we're not sure yet, and that kind of thing. And then as we got, I talked to him a little more, and I figured out things a little more. We decided, let's go ahead and do it, and we pulled the trigger on it. And
Do you remember how many breweries you had that first year?
I think I had about 6 or 7.
Wow. And
That
you're
were
gonna be-
represented, and the rest I purchased from other distributors. Yeah.
And this year will be 20.
Yes.
Wow, that's great.
That's awesome.
So,
So I know you're big with the home brews too. How many? I guess Jefferson County homebrewers going to be there.
We'll have Jefferson County homebrewers. We'll have some guys from the Buzz, which is down in Sykeston area, and then some guys from the Hopheads of Southeast Missouri, and they're like the Jackson area.
Now,
And
which one is? Didn't you say Perryville was coming up too? That homebrewers club from
that's the Hopheads.
Okay.
One. And I wanted to specifically last year was the first year we had homebrewers there, and I really wanted to make sure that I didn't have. Because I could open it up to the St. Louis homebrew clubs, and I'd have a ton of them come
Sure.
down. And since we're raising money for the parks, I kind of wanted to as many people to buy tickets as I can.
Sure.
And I wanted to highlight the more rural homebrew clubs, especially the local one, the Jefferson County Brewery.
Now, is there a fee for your homebrew guys to get in and
No,
serve beer? Okay.
They get in. If they bring 5 gallons, either bottled or kegged, they get a ticket. So.
That's cool.
Speaking of tickets, are you able to talk about, like, do you know what the growth has been over the last couple of years?
We've gone from the first year we had just under 200 people to last year we were close to 300. So.
Wow.
Oh,
So-
Yeah, it seemed like a lot more people
It
last
did,
year.
and it was probably right at 300. But I think I like the slow, manageable
Sure.
growth. This year, I don't know what it's going to be. I would like to get about 350.
What are sales like so far?
So far, they're not like people aren't just going out in droves buying them. I think they're waiting for that 15-day forecast to hit, which
Sure.
should be in a couple days. So
Yeah. So what happens if it does rain?
we drink in the rain.
That's
of course.
Yeah, sure. Why not? That's
It
awesome.
rained the second year for a little bit.
Did it?
And so it got
remember
kind of
that.
muddy. But it was incredibly hot the first year, rainy the second year. Last year was spectacular. And, knock on wood, the temperatures are looking okay, the longer range forecast, but now it's just rain.
So entertainment. The first year you had the Papa old lady band, right?
Yes, we
I
had.
love that, by the way.
I did too.
I was worried about their health, though. It was pretty hot.
Yeah, but they were in the shade. They were over by the trees
Yeah,
that are
they
no
took a
longer
lot of
there.
breaks. So.
Those trees have been cut down. Yeah. So what? Last year you had.
Last year we just had an iPod.
Oh,
So
yeah, right.
We haven't put a lot of money into bands. That's probably an area we need to expand into. The second year we had a local band, and basically they said gives $100 and free beer, and so
Wow.
and they were
nice.
good. We
That sounds like
enjoyed
a
them,
good
and
deal.
Yeah, that's a free
But-
beer. I'll play.
Yeah.
I don't play an instrument, but I'll play.
I'm in charge of beer, so
That's awesome.
So
That's cool. So how much money have you raised total then?
we've probably raised close to $12,000 over the
Wow.
yeah. So
Wow.
we've been able to purchase this year. And they've installed some shade structures for 2 of the playgrounds over in the Festus Parks, 2 of them at West City Park. And they're pretty big shade structures. They cover the entire playground.
Awesome.
So if you've ever been to West City Park, it's just, you bake out there.
Oh,
There's
yeah, yeah.
absolutely no shade. And so I'm pretty proud of those things. And the Festus Tourism Commission, they matched the funds, so we were able to use them to match to what we were able to donate. And get
Cool.
those.
Awesome. Before you go ask another question, I just wanted to say you can get tickets. I just made a tiny URL to it's go to tinyurl.com/tfbrewfest. It'll take you right to where you can purchase tickets.
And I was just going to ask, what are those ticket prices right now?
They're 25 in advance and 30 at the gate.
Okay, so they're 25 all the way up until...
Yes.
Is that different? Were they different last year?
The first year I did a $30 like the last week, trying to
Okay.
get earlier sales. And I just kind of learned people are waiting till the last minute, especially that first
Weather.
year. They were looking at weather.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
If we were inside, they probably would buy sooner. And so they're just trying to see if this is what we want to do that day. And you can also buy them at the Festus City Hall and Public Works building. So.
I haven't bought my ticket yet. Have you got yours?
I haven't, and I'm
Okay.
yeah. So I'm gonna have two. Are you gonna have two?
I don't know if she'll drink. So that's the
Oh,
next
okay.
point I was going to bring up was people who come that don't drink beer. If
Yeah,
they want
do
to
you-
come and just be a DD.
Do you offer a DD
It's
ticket?
$100. No, they're free. I don't,
Yeah, DDs get in.
Okay.
You know, if people just want to wander around, I'm not worried about that.
And
And-
really, it's a good atmosphere. It really is. Everybody's drinking beer. Everybody's happy. You know, it's a craft. And that's something we've figured out too from going to these. Those craft beer crowds are different crowds. You know, everybody's pretty cool, pretty
Yeah,
relaxed
it's not a
environment.
wild, crazy. They're all relaxed and very friendly.
That first year we were down there, we were walking around trying to interview people and talk to different.
Oh, yeah, everyone would
individuals.
talk to us.
and we've
Yeah.
gotten to know a couple of them since then.
And I think we were rather buzzed. I mean, you could
Yeah.
probably say drunk. But that first year, all three of us we did not drive home.
Yeah.
But going back to that, I just can't. That first year we were walking around like, why? We talked to. I know Nicole talked to that one guy. I don't remember who it was.
It was Timmy, wasn't
Was
it?
it Timmy?
I think
yeah.
so.
And she
Yeah, probably.
from the
Yes.
Homebrewers
And
Club.
Timmy will talk your ear off.
And she said, now you have this pretzel necklace. And I mean, we were amateurs. We had no idea why this guy was wearing this pretzel necklace.
Are you selling them again this year?
Yeah, we're selling pretzel necklaces at the fest for a couple dollars.
Yeah.
So, and we also have, for the taster glasses, we have the little koozies and
Cool.
stuff like that.
Cool.
So we'll get glasses again.
Yeah, this year it's going to be a Pilsner style glass, so it'll be a little
Cool.
different. I decided to shake things up a little bit.
So do you have a shrine at home that has all your yearly glasses?
The ladies in the park, in the Friends of the Park, they made me little display boxes of every year.
Nice.
Yeah, I have the #1 ticket. I have a shirt. I have the taster glass in it. So.
Have you received any opposition at all, or has everything been completely positive?
I've never had anybody say anything negative about it.
That's
Cool.
great.
That's awesome.
That's good to hear.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
And I think as it's grown, people are more excited about it every year. So.
Well, and it's not like it's in. I mean, it's kind of on the western edge of
Right.
town. It's not like it's in town. So it's any traffic concerns are kind of out that way.
Right, and we're not really interfering with the downtown stuff.
Yeah, because there's a ton of stuff going on at the
Right.
same time
Yeah.
with Twin City Days. Yeah.
And we tried to pick a time that it was, if people wanted to go, there wasn't other big events going on. I think the only other thing going on is a fundraiser right next to ours for the Andy Hobsinger
Oh,
Scholarship
yeah.
Fund.
Yeah.
But that starts early morning and goes all day. It's a washer tournament.
Oh, the
so-
washer tray. I was
Yeah.
thinking the barbecue. Well, you wouldn't do barbecue. So what? We have beer. We have
Well,
beer. to
yeah,
drink
we
today?
have beer. Let me just tell this story that I have.
So Darren, you're welcome to stay. I know you brought treats. We'll get over that. We'll
Yeah,
talk about that.
he's
later.
going to
Okay.
stick around. What is he
Yeah.
going to do?
We got,
Sit
we
here
got
and
beer
watch?
and drink. Yeah, you get to stand over there on
Yeah.
the other side of the camera.
Well, I
and watch
couldn't
that.
get out if I wanted to.
Yeah. Well,
Hey.
it's an illusion where from the camera
It's
it
a
looks like it's a
gigantic
huge
studio.
place.
Yes, this is stuck in beta.
State of the art.
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, so this weekend on Saturday, Side Project, they're a local brewery. It's one brewer that left Perennial, and he went and did his own side project, and he does a lot of sours and stouts, and everything he does is barrel aged. So. Stuff is very popular everywhere. I mean, like, yes, here in St. Louis it's popular, but people from Chicago, Florida, everywhere, they want some of this. Well, they announced a release of a new, this is Pulling Nails Blend 4. Hey, you want to start, one of you want to start opening that while I explain this? So anyway, they normally sometimes they'll give you like 2 days
Oh
or
my God!
The aroma is pretty
Off-putting.
Pretty
off-putting,
intense.
yeah.
I'm excited.
Well, it's a sour. Darren, do you like sours?
I do like
Okay,
that.
good.
It smelled like farts. Am I the only person that thought that? It smelled like somebody pooped their pants.
I don't know if it's that strong, but
Anyway,
wow,
Barnyard.
yeah.
So tell your story, Greg. Come on.
It smells like sewer.
so
But wait.
I'm not the
wait.
quickest, but so they have their releases at Perennial. Wow, look at you.
Come on, Mushon.
They had the releases at Perennial. They gave a 2-week notice, and there was probably about, I don't know, about 700 people there by 9 a.m. So everyone wants this. People came down from Chicago. I talked to people from Rhode Island, and I mean all over the place. Let me tell you about this
It smells like
beer.
Smells like what?
poop.
I don't know.
I really hope he's not watching right now because he just favorited our tweet.
So this beer, it's blend number 4, and it has 4 different
That's good.
beers in there. It has unblended number 40, Beer de Missouri, Eau de Bleu, and Eau de Février
Wow.
with peaches.
So-
What is this?
This
so
is
let,
extremely sour.
so let us try it and compare it against the sour we had. What was that?
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, the Crane or whatever we had from Crane.
So somebody talk while
Look
I've
at you
already
with the
tried it.
tiny glass. You
Yeah, well, we're both a little bit
I was
concerned.
really scared smelling
This
the
is-
bottle.
yeah, this is not my style. Man, it has a ton of flavor for sure.
does.
Though
It does.
it's way more. It's a lot more flavorful than the one we had a couple weeks ago. I will say it tastes a lot better than it smells.
Yeah,
I agree.
I agree.
Smelling that bottle was awful.
Yes, it's sour, but man, there's some flavor in here.
Yeah,
See, I've done enough sours that I'm starting to like that.
I don't.
Like I didn't detect anything bad in it. I really enjoyed it.
Smell. Put your nose on that.
So what is a sour intended to be like something you sip?
Generally, if it's really intense sourness, yeah, you can't.
Would you call this one pretty intense?
I've had worse,
Wow.
like
Yeah,
in terms
that-
of sourness,
That
but
one we had 2 weeks ago was
that-
way worse.
It was as far as sourness, but it definitely didn't have as much flavor.
But this
as
is
one does.
this is a lot of layers of flavor there.
Yeah.
There's really nice.
So yeah, and all these are like barrel aged flavors. So it's probably a little different than that last one we had.
I do pick out that. So it's that
The
oak.
oaky
yeah.
flavor.
Yeah, I don't think this is anywhere as sour as
No.
that one we had 2 weeks ago.
See, I think what you're smelling, that little,
Almost like
I think that's your oak that you're smelling with the sour.
that's probably the Brett, which
The
is
Brettanomyces.
Brettanomyces, yeah.
That was
Man.
definitely a funky smell coming out of that.
Yeah,
bottle.
as soon as I popped the top, it was
It
a
hit ya.
good foot away from me, and it just
Well,
punched me in the nose.
It made me move.
Yeah, and you're 2 feet away.
Yeah.
I heard an interview by Corey King
Corey.
about his cultures that are in it. There's probably like 14 different cultures
Wow.
of bacteria and yeast. And
So
stuff
I mean,
in
this
it.
guy knows what he's doing.
Yes.
I mean, it's not bad beer by any stretch of the imagination. And folks that like sours, I'm unfortunately not one of those people, but folks that like sours respect his beers
Oh,
immensely.
very much.
He knows
Yeah.
what he is doing.
Oh yeah, he is. Yeah. Well, as many people as came down for
Yeah.
this.
So how long you stood in line for? How long?
So I got there at 9. There was probably about 500, 600 people in front of me.
jeez.
And okay,
I'd have gone home.
But here's the thing: it's like a mini brew fest. It's pretty awesome because everyone brings these amazing beers with them in coolers. My friend Greg, he told me he goes, you don't have to bring any beer, just bring a tasting glass and come find us. And I went and found them. There's tables, like literal huge tables, probably about 60 different beers on them. People open. And for you to go there and try, and
So everybody puts their beer on those tables?
yeah, there's like that, or people go around. Hey, you want to try this? This is so and so, and
Wow, that's
I
cool.
mean, it's definitely not all sours. It's but you get to try a lot of good, especially this time. Well, I don't. This is the first one I've been to release like this. But since there was a 2-week notice, a lot of people from way out of state got to come down and bring.
So did you meet anybody from out of state? How far away did you?
Rhode Island was
Holy
about the furthest side.
And they came here just for this.
Yes. A lot of Chicago people too.
Yeah, Chicago people really like perennial and side
Yeah.
project stuff, from what I understand. Rhode Island, though.
Wow.
That's, what, 900 miles? 1,000
Oh,
miles?
at least. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this was the only beer they released that day.
Only beer. And okay, price on this $30.
Ooh.
Wow.
So
So you bought how many bottles?
So the limit was 3 bottles. Molly was in line. I was in line.
Who's Molly?
She's my fiance.
Oh, okay.
Fiance.
We both got 3 bottles, and then we sold 4 right away. We probably could have got double of what
Wow.
we paid, but we were just like, well, here.
So how far? So they ran out, right?
No, so the nice thing is, okay, if you're in line, so release time is at noon. If you're in line at 11:55, Corey literally goes around with a counter up and down the line, makes sure he has enough for everyone, and he will. So if everyone can only get 2 bottles or 3 bottles or 1 bottle, everyone in line at that time will get a bottle.
Oh, that's cool. So then he adjusts his maximum per person
Right.
based on that. That's cool.
So you're guaranteed, as long as you're in line before the opening,
Sure.
you'll get a bottle.
That's better than being in line for 2 hours and then getting told, sorry, we ran out 2
oh
people
yeah,
ahead
yeah,
of you.
yeah.
No, that's awesome. I am not a sour, but I agree with you guys. You can totally, very complex flavor, very.
It has. I have warmed up to it. I guess I'm enjoying it. I just poured myself a little bit extra.
I'll take a little
Would you
bit
like
more.
some?
Yeah. Oh jeez,
Edit that part out.
this guy right here.
Edit that out, would you?
That's really sad.
So did you say, Greg, where this is brewed? I mean, where is his actual brewery?
So,
It's on Manchester,
it's
isn't it?
on
Or Olive?
Manchester. He has Maplewood, actually. I'm sorry. In Maplewood, he's got the side project cellar where they sell like all sorts of. It's not just his, but they sell other
And it's
beers as well.
It's a tap room too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, that's what it is. There's no food there. It's just a tap room.
But Corey, I mean, is very like one of the top names in
Yeah,
sour in the
he
sour
is.
world. Yeah.
Yeah,
And he came from Perennial, right?
he came from
Correct.
Perennial. Yep.
And Perennial's known pretty well for their special
top
release
of the line
beer,
beers.
Abraxas and 14 and
17.
17. Sorry. Yeah, we've stood in line for beers there before.
Yes.
I just noticed as I poured Josh's here that it got cloudier at the bottom. Is that
It's probably the yeast and stuff down at the bottom.
Yeah.
So bottle,
Yeah, the bottle dregs. Yeah.
okay?
Cool.
Yeah, I think I'm like I said, I'm kind of warming up to it, and it's not too bad.
Hey, we used to not like IPAs so much.
That's
so-
true.
I still don't.
Well, okay.
Right.
So now that we have beer, we need food, right?
Okay.
All right. So Darren brought us.
Oh wait, I have a theme song
Oh,
for food.
okay,
remember?
All right.
Yeah,
go
let's
ahead.
hear it.
Remember?
Here we go.
Cashews, almonds, macadamia nuts, lilac, pecans too. Plans up to know the tricks. How much peanut butter takes. What too many peanuts.
Okay, what did you bring for us, Darren?
Well, I brought you cookies
Cookies.
Yay.
All right.
Yay.
made with almond flour, just like the.
Almond flour.
Yeah.
So Darren, you're vegan.
I am a vegan.
You and your wife.
Both my wife and I and my.
So
son, yes.
I will say I started working with you 3 years ago,
Yeah.
right? And it,
3
quick-
long years.
Yeah. So one of the very first things that Darren tells people when he meets him is, "I'm a vegan. You know, you don't feed me any."
Don't feed me meat.
So he was gracious enough to invite my family over for dinner one evening. I think it was was it this spring or last summer?
Last summer. Yeah.
He made a vegan pizza or several vegan pizzas.
Right.
I don't remember what what the one that was really, really good?
Was it the one with the sweet potatoes and all?
No, not sweet
okay.
potatoes. It was the other one. But it was outstanding. The flour, the dough, everything was vegan. Kosher. I mean, it's not kosher, but vegan. Met vegan.
It meant
rules.
vegan standards.
Yeah, it was outstanding. So, I mean, if you want to go over some of that stuff, it was really good. But tell us about what you brought.
So these are chocolate chip cookies, and my wife made them today at the request of Josh to do something good.
Yeah, you said you were going to bring carrots. That were vegan, right?
Actually, I was going to go get a handful of grass out in the yard.
Oh, delicious.
And say, here's what we eat.
Your poor son.
But they're not made with any eggs or anything or milk or anything like that. So I think you'll enjoy it.
Good.
So yeah, let's back that up just a second. What does vegan actually mean? Because I honestly don't know all the details.
So basically no animal products of any kind. So I'm not going to have any kind of eggs or milk, any kind of dairy products, obviously meat, fish, or chicken.
So no eggs in this.
No eggs. So we find there's egg replacers. A lot of times it's
Really?
Things like flaxseed ground up into a powder, into meal, flax meal, and with water, it kind of mimics an egg, and then you can do it with other seeds like that. And
So there's chocolate chips in this, right?
Yeah.
So is there not anything anti-vegan in chocolate chips, or
it depends if they're milk chocolate. We wouldn't have
sure?
them.
Okay.
But these are dark chocolate.
Okay,
So
yeah.
there's no milk fat in them or anything like that.
Anti-vegan?
Well, I didn't know. How else would you call it? Regular food for real people? I don't know.
Well, they're actually really, really tasty.
They are. These cookies are outstanding. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good.
And I'm telling you, the pizza he makes. Tell us about the pizza.
I've been making pizza for years, even before I was a vegan. So, but this particular one, I think the one you're talking about was like a pesto pizza.
Yes. Yeah, that's it.
And it's just I make a regular crust, just oil, flour, and yeast and salt, and
I thought it was a cauliflower crust.
No, I didn't do.
Okay.
I didn't do that. And then I make a pesto. Normally has cheese in it, but instead I do like walnuts and basil and zucchini to kind of give that creaminess, and so I put that on there with sliced zucchini and squash, and I think some other vegetables. I don't know if I had like a vegan sausage on there.
I don't remember. It was very good. I remember it was being very good.
Yeah, most of my pizzas I don't put cheese on. There's some vegan cheeses out there that are okay, and I don't usually use them. I usually just do without cheese. So.
I feel like these questions are inappropriate. But so you did say before I was vegan. So how long have you been?
Right after my son was born, my wife and I went to the vegan side. So that was about 6 years ago.
Was there a particular reason why, or just because?
Well, we've been vegetarian since. Well, she's been vegetarian since she was 16, and then I became a vegetarian a few months before we got married. And
Was it because of her?
it was a gift to her?
Okay,
and then I
there
just
we go.
stuck with it.
There you go.
My last true voluntary meat experience was chicken wings at Six Flags. Not chicken tenders at Six Flags, which that's not a good way to end it.
No, not at all.
It's the worst.
At least you didn't say one of those
Theme
big giant
park
turkey
food?
legs.
No, but at least that's a turkey leg. I mean, jeez.
I've had accidental meat encounters over the years, but
Encounters.
And what happens?
well, when I was eating at Macaroni Grill, I was having I ordered eggplant parmesan. This was when I was a vegetarian, and bit into it, and I thought, this doesn't seem like eggplant.
Wow.
It was veal.
Oh, gee. Yeah, that's quite a difference.
Which is about the most anti-vegan.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
The baby cows, you know.
Right.
Interesting. So when you do what? Let's see. How do I want to phrase this? What is your biggest issue with being vegan?
I think it's health. I mean,
Yeah,
like
like
I have a hard time with.
Yeah.
Okay. For me, it was giving up cheese.
really.
I miss cheese. That to me,
Yeah, I love cheese.
cheese is just
Yeah, it goes with potatoes so
it was
well.
just it's an incredible food, and it was the hardest thing for me to give up, and I miss it still.
Not milk with cookies.
Milk didn't bother me at all. I don't miss I remember eating steak and enjoying it, but
Yeah.
I've never
It's
had.
not like
a
you crave a
temptation.
steak.
I don't. I mean, I smell barbecue or something like that, and it takes me back to summer. So I enjoy that.
But you barbecue stuff anyway,
I grill
right?
vegetables and
Yeah.
stuff like that, or grill pizzas, but I don't like crave it ever.
Interesting.
I missed fish for a long time too.
Really?
Because I had just had sushi for the first time like a year before I went
no,
to
that's good
vegetarian.
stuff, man. Yeah.
And so
You started to answer, I think, the reason why
Well,
you
why?
chose.
we had our son, and I had gained a lot of weight, a lot of baby weight. So I needed something to kick me in the
Sympathy
pants.
weight.
And it worked. I lost quite a bit.
Did you?
Yeah.
So, what's your normal like breakfast or lunch, or how in the world do you? I mean, because I've seen you eat lunch and you're eating a potato. You know, you're chewing on a potato, or
I eat a lot of potatoes and rice. But,
Do you?
Yeah.
I mean, he's eating it like an apple. It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
A raw
Really?
potato.
Yeah, raw.
I'm not a raw vegan.
Sounds delicious.
So there's raw vegan that only.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Really?
There's a raw restaurant up in St.
Duh,
Louis.
dirt and all.
It's like nothing's cooked above 170 or something like that.
Interesting.
Yeah, my wife and I accidentally went to a raw restaurant one time
Oh,
in
really?
Chicago. We had walked, which that was a mistake, through downtown Chicago. We thought it was just a couple blocks away. Well, it was through some pretty terrible places.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, and when we got there, we realized it was a raw restaurant.
Oh, so you gotta eat there.
So we ate, took a cab back. So,
Wow.
but
These cookies are great.
Yeah,
I
they're
had
awesome.
two, and I really want a third.
Do it.
Well,
Can I?
the
Yeah.
thing is,
Okay.
these
I wanted to go
cookies-
home with an empty plate.
Hey, they're vegan. They're good for you.
That's right.
Yes.
that's right.
No
Well-
calories, right, Darren?
That's the definition of vegan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
right.
No calories. It makes this sour like about twice as sour. Yeah,
Yeah, it's probably not a good pairing of food.
yeah.
I
it's-
really enjoy this beer.
No, but I don't
Wait,
like
with
the
the cookies?
Yeah.
Do you? Maybe you need to back off the beer a little.
Okay.
Yeah.
So seriously though, like, what's your normal lunch? Because like I know I'll eat a sandwich, you know, with lunch meat.
I usually eat a salad of some kind, but
Okay.
I load it up with beans and vegetables and
So where
nuts and avocados, stuff like that.
where do vegans get their protein? I guess from beans.
The primary source will be beans or grains or seeds,
Okay.
nuts, but almost every vegetable has protein in it.
So going out to eat obviously can be an issue.
It requires some homework before.
Really?
It's easier than it used to be. There are
Even
more-
locally down here in
Yeah, like
Redneck
Main and
Land
Mill has a
area.
vegan burger, mainly because I kind of
You know,
You need a vegan burger.
Hi, Denny.
I'll have the Darren burger, please.
Of course, my wife's pregnant now, and the smell of most restaurants, she just can't handle
Oh,
right
really?
now.
Interesting.
So we haven't been to Main and Mill in a few
So-
months.
Since she's pregnant, is there any concerns? Like, do the doctors check
No,
her for
she-
anything or make sure?
I mean, every normal test, and she comes back
Interesting.
completely normal and everything. And I mean, I have to take the biggest vitamin I have to watch for is a B vitamin, and I take a supplement on that. So
there's,
I'm
hand
I'm
sign language going on.
sorry.
beer.
I'm drinking something and it tastes really
Is
good.
that the mosaic?
Mosaic
That's-
Promise from Founders.
That's
Yeah.
really good.
It's
Ah,
really
It's a
good.
good hop.
Single hop
That's,
ale.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
That's tasty, Greg.
Yeah. Give it back.
So what else we got?
You know,
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I'd like to kind of delve into home brewing. I know Darren's a home brewer. Of course, we already started the show talking about the Brewfest. And
This is the beer show, folks.
yeah,
this is our
well,
beer
The
episode.
three of us, we started pretty strong. What was it? I guess early last year, right? Was it?
Like right after Christmas, I think we went right into it.
Because Santa Claus brought you equipment, right?
Santa Claus brought me a brew kit. We started brewing. We started with kits, doing the extract.
And then we
Why did I say that weird?
Extract.
Extract?
we did what half a dozen or so kit.
God, we went a month where we were brewing every week.
yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, and awesome beers too. Cucumber and Cheerios.
No, no.
So we had some good ones.
we were
we did it.
experimental.
Yeah. We have yet to really screw one up, like infect it and get it nasty.
I think they evolved into infection and nasty.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it wasn't infected due to our brewing practices.
I think a lot of the fruit ones that we tried, we didn't know the exact way to do those, and they became lambic, so they became a more sour type.
But they were good.
Well,
lambics.
oh, okay, yeah,
They were good. So we were really strong into that, and then we quickly moved to the all grain.
Oh yeah,
And we
Yeah,
did
that was awesome.
another, at least half a dozen or so of those.
Yeah.
And then, so this was the entire timeline lasted all of 2015, right?
yeah, and then there's probably like 2 that we've done this year.
I don't know. I don't know that we
There
brewed in
was-
2016.
There was an all-day IPA clone, and there was a just a regular pale ale that we
Okay.
did.
And we tested and tried everything, and we progressed pretty rapidly, I would say.
Yeah.
And we moved all the way to kegging, and then
We haven't done
Nothing.
anything.
we stopped.
Yeah,
And so I just kind of wanted to talk about that. And
I think he's
Come on,
calling you
guys.
out, Greg. I think he's calling you
happened?
out. Greg, we brew at your
No.
house. What the hell happened?
no, it wasn't Greg at all. I think I honestly would put the blame on the two of us. I don't think it. Yeah,
yeah. I'm
really,
always
I would.
prepared. To
No, I
brew.
really do. I'd say it was the two of us. I don't know, and I don't know if it was.
Life goes on, man.
But Darren, you were saying it's been like a year for you.
It's been a year since I'm having a 6-year-old at home. I don't
Right.
have a
And
lot
one
of
in the
time.
oven.
And one in the oven, yeah. I don't have a lot of time to brew, but I've always enjoyed it. And but it's just this year's been crazy. So I've managed to crank out a couple ciders because those are easy.
Do you find when being away from it for a while like that, coming back to it, is there another learning curve there, or is it?
A little
Okay.
bit. There's like, oh, crap, I forgot to do that. You
Right.
know, that kind of thing. But it comes back pretty quickly.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we ever get back there.
Well, because we are so organized when we
Well,
brew.
Well, I mean,
We had a great process down though.
Yeah, I yelled at you guys because you
Yeah.
were drinking rather than brewing.
oh come on.
Okay, we had one boil over.
so. Hey,
But-
if you we did just harvest some hops, so we have to use those, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So you planted those in my garden last spring, and yet last year it didn't really result into a whole lot. And I've been told that the third year is really
Whoa! I think we need a PG rating on that screen right there, Mr. Michel.
It's just an ad.
I think the third year is whenever hops plant reaches its maturity. But this year, and I haven't weighed them yet, but we just harvested those on Sunday, and that's Cascade hops. It was just from one plant. So we were pretty excited about that. And we got a video posted on Beer 30
Yeah,
TV,
Beer 30 TV.
YouTube.com. YouTube.com/Beer30TV.
Yep.
And it was, I haven't been able to weigh them yet because I was letting them dry, and I think by tomorrow they're going to be fully dried.
Okay.
And we're going to try to brew like an autumn ale, some sort
that
of,
sounds good.
yeah, and then put those Cascade hops into it.
That'd be really nice.
I think it's maybe a couple ounces, maybe. I don't know, it's a couple hundred flowers. I don't know what the weight is on that, but
So-
I think they'll be ready by tomorrow.
Darren, how did you get into home brewing?
I enjoy craft beer. I've enjoyed it for a while now. My secretaries at school gave me a. I just.
You just let
I
that
broke my
cat
own
out
rule.
of the bag.
Okay. So anyway,
Edit that out, Miss Greg.
Okay.
they gave me a Mr. Beer kit,
Oh, yeah.
and I made it, and I loved it, and I went to all grain as soon as I finished the Mr. Beer kit.
Really?
I went right into all
That's
grain.
quite a jump because those Mr. Beer kits are pretty controlled.
Right.
What's
that's
funny
like
is that was my wife's favorite beer that I made.
Do you remember looking at the kit, the date on the kit, and compared it to your brew date?
No, I don't remember that, but I've always heard that it's probably pretty bad. So
Greg had a few of those, and whenever we looked at them, the joke was that those Mr. Beer kits came off of I don't know, Bed Bath and Beyond shelves or whatever, and those kits that you had, like the extract was like 6 months old by the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, and that yeast, you never know how old that is. It's sitting in that. It's under the cap of the.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah. It's
good healthy yeast. Is
Yeah.
Yeah. And it does have a shelf life.
Yes.
I mean, even the dried
Yeah,
yeast has a...
if you get an expired pack, you want to make a starter and then make a new starter off of that to make it healthy.
I think our very first brew, I think we had that problem. Do you remember that?
Yeah, we had to double yeast.
Yeah, we had to
because-
repitch it like 2 days later.
Yeah.
Red
if
ale.
it's old, you're going to get a lot of off flavors from that yeast.
Yeah.
So-
And then we had a smack pack go bad, didn't we? One time? Or am I imagining that?
I don't think so. I think it was just the first time that we
Okay.
had
I had one
problems.
go bad, and
Really, a smack pack?
it just wouldn't start. So I was terrified for a day as I tried to find a new yeast. And
Yeah.
realized I didn't need to be terrified.
But we're pretty lucky because we
Right,
have
there's
that
a
really
homebrew
good brew shop in Hillsboro. Yeah.
So I just wanted to. I'm looking at the chat messages. We have a few people. Well, Molly actually said,
We know who Molly is now.
yeah, she actually commented on this beer. She said, "Oh, good, we waited in line for poo beer."
Well, does she know? She knows that we like it.
Well,
right?
yeah, but she wanted to actually try it. I don't know if she's actually going to enjoy this, but
It's definitely a unique flavor. I mean, it's something that your normal beer drinker probably
No.
You can't think
yeah.
of it as beer.
No.
No.
It's a whole separate
Yeah.
alcohol, I think.
Then you have to be ready for that punch in
Yeah.
the face. Yeah.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
what other chat messages do we have?
well, Mike out here wants a wedding update.
Mike is our listener from New Mexico, right? He's I
Yeah,
went to high school with Mike. He lives in New Mexico. He says he's friends with George R.R. Martin. So
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, so I don't have a theme or anything for the.
you don't have theme music.
I don't have theme music for a wedding update, but but anyway, this week went and shopped for tuxedos.
Oh,
Yeah. Looks.
I wasn't there.
I wasn't there either. I think we're both in the wedding.
Well, yes, but you're just gonna have to. You're gonna have to dress the same way I'm gonna have to dress. Is what Molly picks out for us. So
Yes. So
Oh.
you have realized and understand this is Molly's day, right?
yeah, yeah. So we went to Men's Warehouse. We and it looks like we're going for a not a black.
Hipster.
No, not a black suit, but a dark gray.
Oh, nice.
So it'll be a little different than.
Well, the groom is always dressed a hair different.
So I'm gonna have. So we don't know if we're going with Men's Warehouse, but probably will end up that way.
if they want to sponsor the show, you'd probably go.
Exactly, if they want to sponsor us, we'll go with them. But I'll be wearing a black tie and black vest. You guys will probably have the purple or which will match with the bridesmaid dresses.
Okay.
Okay, purple.
It's
It's Molly's day. It's,
Yeah.
We have to do.
We
what
have no
Molly
say.
says, Yeah. So, Dr. Seifert, or I'm sorry, Darren, do you have any
We already broke the
recommendations for Greg and his wedding day?
I think understanding that it's her day is
Yeah.
probably the best thing.
Yes, dear comes in handy.
Yes,
Right.
whatever
Yeah.
she says, because you're replaceable.
I guess so, yeah. But anyway, so that's pretty much all we did as far as wedding goes. She's pretty quick about getting everything done. We have a lot. She goes, "Yep," with an exclamation point. So,
She's probably talking about you being replaceable.
Right.
irreplaceable.
Yeah, not what everything that you've done.
Yeah,
All the help that you've been.
yeah,
I thought I saw some shoes being bedazzled.
Yeah, sitting on the table
Yeah,
upstairs.
yeah.
Yeah, I saw
she's
that.
bedazzling some shoes. I'm sure it's like, no, don't talk about my shoes. They're a secret. But I don't know.
He's mocking
She
her
sounds
right
like
now.
that.
Yeah,
I know. That's how I
terrible.
was thinking the same
Oh,
thing.
but yeah, she'll beat me. But yeah, she's making some shoes.
So what time we at? We
We're at about
Hey, we have
45
about
minutes.
15 minutes left to discuss
World events.
World
So
events.
I called it last week. Ryan Lochte was lying.
Yeah. That was a messed up
Douche.
story. That is terrible.
Idiot.
So he tore into that that gas station restroom and
Yeah.
peed on the floor,
Yeah,
I guess,
and ripped off a thing off the wall, and yeah. So security comes and confronts him.
Yeah.
And then he turns. They may have pulled a gun on him. Whatever. They made him pay some money,
$200
because they figured, hell, you're going to leave the country no matter
Right.
what. So he turns it into, yeah, we got robbed. You know, somebody tried to kill me, and then he leaves the country, leaving his friends holding the bag.
Yeah, that was.
But it cost him a lot of sponsors. What was
Yeah.
it? 4 different. Speedo's the biggest one.
Speedo
good.
dropped him.
There
Somebody
was
else.
like 4, I think.
Was
I
there?
thought. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Good.
Why-
I hope they.
Yeah,
do.
he apparently was the culprit, and he concocted the entire story.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
I love the interviews with between him and Matt Lauer. That was just hilarious.
Oh, have you seen the Stephen Colbert faked interview with him and Ryan Lochte?
No.
They've edited together a number of like interviews with Ryan Lochte, and Stephen Colbert's saying like, so, how did you come to this situation? And all of the cutbacks to Lochte say, I was drunk. I was. It was hilarious.
Intoxicated. He kept
So-
saying intoxicated.
Yeah, intoxicated. Yeah. So you were interviewed the next day on national TV about this event. How do you explain that story? I was intoxicated. It's just the whole. Every answer was I was intoxicated.
Oh gosh.
I mean, what other? I mean, where? How far
an
do you go
embarrassment.
as in
Yeah.
It's not the type of sport where you can really excel past the Olympics, right?
Right.
No.
I mean,
No.
so your sponsorships are your
Yeah.
big bread and butter.
Oh, he's
Right.
an idiot.
Yeah,
He is a
he
total
screwed up
idiot.
big time. So the question is then, it becomes why? You know, was it he was jealous of the media Phillips was getting?
He was
wanna-
intoxicated.
Well, he was intoxicated. There you go. We have our answer.
That's why we do this show.
Yeah.
Right?
And he's an idiot.
And he's an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
What else is going
What
on?
else we got?
You actually added this in here, emojis.
Who are you talking about? Oh, me.
Oh yeah, the Google added a middle finger.
I don't know if
emoji.
I don't know if they recently added it, but
It's in Hangouts and Gmail.
it came to my attention this week that in Gmail you can send the middle finger. Yeah, put that up on the on the feed. You can send the middle finger in a Gmail to a recipient. And
Oh, wow.
obviously from that screen right there, if you're
Apparently-
following along online, Google isn't the only. I mean, Apple can do it, Microsoft can do it.
Apparently, there's lots that already have
So-
the middle finger.
And that emoji one is pretty distinct. So the concern here become just because of my job. I mean, a lot of school districts have Gmail, and now you can send the middle finger. Yeah,
That's nice.
Darren's pulling it up right
Darren's
now.
I will
pulling
not
it up.
accidentally send this to my wife.
Yeah.
He just sent it to our Facebook page.
yeah, yeah. He sent it to me in work email all the time. Yeah. No, it just really surprises me that they've done that. And I mean, Microsoft has followed.
Yeah.
I don't know who is first, but you can obviously do it in either platform. So it's pretty. That's
Yeah, what's
just kinda
next?
strange.
But didn't they take out the gun?
Somebody,
Didn't I hear
Apple
about
did.
that?
Yeah,
I
Apple
heard
took
about
out
that.
the gun. Yeah, which would,
Because
whatever.
that's terrifying.
Idiots.
So do they have a hand making a gun?
I think
you know,
that's
so-
illegal too. I don't
Oh, you can't do that
Yeah, you
either.
can't do that
Oh,
either.
Might
that's
frighten people.
So that's
Yeah,
bad. but
scary.
Yeah, but the middle finger's
the
okay.
finger's okay.
Well, it's just a digit, you know.
Yeah.
Uh,
So is this.
True. Right.
You just
that's
pointed
very
at me.
offensive to
Yeah,
me.
you just said you were going to shoot that.
Yeah,
Oh,
come on now.
I apologize.
he's our guest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look frightened. Had a draft.
So what else, Greg? What's going on?
Well, we didn't have that much going on.
Well, Google Duo.
Google Duo.
I don't know if anybody have you guys downloaded
I
Duo
have
yet?
no idea what that even is.
So
Yeah,
a
explain this.
A problem that I've been having. I'm an Android person. My wife has an Android phone. Everybody here, well, Josh because he uses Greg's old phones.
Yep.
Everybody here is an Android.
Usually, well,
person.
wait. Let me. He breaks the phone, and then I actually have a spare, and he's like, "Oh, I'll take it."
Works out well for me.
He's done
So-
it twice.
So anyway, everybody here's Android. So one of the problems that we've had is FaceTiming with people on iOS devices. So Google came out with, they announced that, geez, months ago that they were coming out with Duo, which is their video chat app, and Allo, which is their texting app that's cross-platform. So the important part of this is that it's cross-platform. You can download it from the Google Play Store. You can download it from the Apple iTunes Store. And it will allow video chat cross-platform. No new usernames, though. It's based on phone number. So, like, when you download it and register it, it says, what's your phone number? You enter it. It sends you a text message at that number to verify that it's really your number. And then you can video chat with whomever you want. It's pretty dang cool, and it's super, super simple to use.
So, I mean, it's a cross-platform one, kind of like Skype.
Yeah,
or,
right. But the big issue with Skype is you have to have a user account with Skype to use it. And if you use it once every 6 months, you're not going to remember what your username is.
Yeah.
So with this, it being based on your phone number, you don't have to remember that extra username. I used it with my dad. My dad has an iPhone. Worked great.
Okay.
Seamless.
So both have to download the Duo app.
Yeah,
is what
I
it
highly
is.
recommend it.
Okay. So, I mean, that's a very good idea. I mean, I don't do any of that.
I don't do any of that.
No,
either.
I don't either. But my son wants the video chat. Like if we went to Vegas over the summer, he wanted a video chat every night. So we had to take an iDevice to Vegas with us so he could chat or video
FaceTime
chat.
or
Yeah.
whatever.
So this would solve that problem. The really, really cool feature about it, if you're calling Android to Android, they have a feature called the knock knock feature. So if I were to call you on Duo right now, your screen would pop up and show that I'm calling you on Duo, and you would see me, the live video feed of me before you answered it.
Oh, okay.
So, I don't know, it's pretty cool.
So you
That'd be frightening.
Yeah,
so you
right.
know that you're not
Sure.
indecent or anything.
Well,
You know,
unless you're
trying
into
to-
that. Unless you're into that
You
kind
know,
of thing.
scam me what was that, chat roulette, where you'd
Yeah.
flip around and never mind.
So you did chat never.
No. So that's not a good subject. One other thing I just wanted to mention. Remember that Rogue One trailer that we saw?
The new Star Wars. Yeah,
new
coming out
Star
in
Wars.
December.
They actually redubbed it with "Sabotage" by the Beastie Boys, and it actually works really well. It's pretty funny how I think the Star Trek what was the name of the latest Star Trek movie?
I didn't see it.
That had
Dork.
that had Sabotage as the
Oh yeah, it did.
Really?
yeah, but it didn't. It seemed kind of weird. But with the Rogue One trailer, they put Sabotage on it, and it really worked really well. It kind of I don't know. It hit all the points. It was just pretty cool. Definitely check it out if you go on YouTube and check out Rogue One Beastie Boys Sabotage. You'll find it. It's pretty cool. We can't play it here because we'll get
In trouble.
we'll get in trouble.
So
Licensing.
it's about that time. Should we start wrapping up?
This is the time where we rap. Okay.
You have a theme song for that? Darren has to lay the beat on that.
Yeah.
I don't do that.
So where can you find this podcast, Greg?
So, if you want to find us every Friday, we'll be here.
What the hell?
This is Wednesday, and let's recap why Darren's here.
Great idea. Darren, where can
Let's
we find
redo
tickets?
that. Chicka, chicka, chicka.
Darren, where can we find tickets for Brewfest?
You can go on to Ticklefoot Brewfest on Facebook, ticklefootbrewfest.wordpress.com for the website. There's ticket links there. You can also get tickets in person at Festus City Hall and Festus Public Works.
So we are expecting probably a 30-person buy just tonight for this podcast.
At least.
Yeah.
I think the guy from New Mexico is going to drive out.
Yeah. I
Awesome.
wouldn't be surprised. Yeah.
People from Rhode Island.
His brother lives in
Oh,
China. Yeah.
Oh, Molly, one more thing I want to mention real quick.
Wedding update.
No, it's not a wedding update. So I was at this crazy party this weekend. So
how crazy was it?
okay, it wasn't that crazy. But Molly's aunt had like a catered party at her house, and that's something
crazy.
I never. Okay, that's crazy for me. That's crazy enough. But she had this bubble bus show up.
Yeah, we've had it at the playground. Herky at Cade's
Oh,
Playground
you,
before.
Blues Fest.
Thanks
no
for
big
showing
deal.
up,
Oh,
man.
thank
Yeah.
you. Good night. Drop the mic.
I had one come to my house last night.
It's been there like 4 times. Yeah.
So, for normal people who don't have a bus show up that just shoots bubbles everywhere, like, it was kind of crazy. So there's a bus that pulls up. They shoot, like, they have like 3 bubble blowers that shoot out while they're playing music, whatever you want to listen to. And then they do these big, the girl that was doing the bus, she had like these rope things that she'd blow these huge bubbles at, and they'd also fill the bubbles up with fog, so when you pop them, they like, it's just like that.
Love the sound effect.
Imagery.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, there's the bubble
Yeah.
party story, all right?
I like Molly's being our producer. I think that's
Yeah,
awesome.
we need
Yeah,
that.
we need that badly.
She probably would be better than what we do. Anyway, okay, find us every Wednesday around 5 o'clock Central Standard Time.
It's not Friday.
It's not Friday. It is Wednesday. I got all the info for us up on Beer30.tv. You can go there and find out where to get our RSS feed for the podcast, the iTunes link, Google Play, Stitcher, YouTube, etc. I guess that's it for us, huh?
Yeah.
Thanks, Darren.
Well,
We'll be
thank
at
you.
Brewfest,
you.
so look
Well,
for us
most
at
of you.
Brewfest. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah, well, Greg.
The cool ones will be.
I would
The
love
Joshes.
to be there, but I'm sorry, I just can't be there.
Molly's
But-
making you go to Florida.
oh.
Yeah, making me.
Yeah.
So. All right. Well, see you next time on another episode of Stuck in Beta.